Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. It's Friday night and we all want to chill out and relax a little. It's not a hurry, no one's in a rat race, so we are going to take a little more time with dinner. We have the option. It's not much more time, it just requires a little bit of extra prep. So I've prepped a lot of things ahead of time. It's taken me about 20-25 minutes to prep ahead of time, and I'm going to walk you through what I've done. But what we're going to make is we're going Italian tonight. We are going to make side-by-side calzones. So it's a version of pizza. If you have Friday night pizza night, this is a good option, a good way to change it up. But we're just going to go side by side with these calzones. So what I have done ahead of time is I've taken a pound of Italian sausage. So you can either take the casings off Italian sausage you might have at home, or in the grocery store you can actually find pork sausage and those types of things that are already in prepackaged packages, if you will, and you can just fry those up like you would, cook those up like you would ground beef, which is exactly what I did here. What I added was a medium onion and about half a cup of mushrooms, just because I love mushrooms. So we have a pound of ground turkey sausage, we have a medium onion, and we have half a cup of mushrooms already in here. It's still a little warm, but everything is cooked through. You can see that right there. I've also taken one pizza dough from a bakery. You can buy prepackaged pizza doughs, whether it's the Pillsbury version or anything like that. You can take whatever dough you like to use. You can make your own. I mean, hats off to you if you make your own. It's awesome. We have a great bakery down the street. The pizza dough is $3. It's not worth me grinding it out. This is, in many cases, much better than my version, so I take it. I've divided my pizza dough in half, or if you're buying the Pillsbury or the prepackaged pizza crusts, frozen refrigerated pizza crusts, you're going to take 2 of those. I have rolled them out. I've rolled one larger than the other, but basically we're going to be using what's like a cookie sheet sized stone called a bar pan. Okay, this is one of my most used bar pans. You can see that the dark color tells you that I use it almost every day. It's fantastic. This thing is completely non-stick right now. I don't ever have to put anything on the bottom of it. Nothing ever sticks to it. It is invincible. This bar pan is 13 years old, by the way. My oldest daughter is 13, and I bought this at my very first experience with Pampered Chef. Pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to use this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a pizza dough. What I like to always do with my pizza dough is I like to add cornmeal to the bottom. I just literally take a handful of cornmeal and I just sprinkle it out on the stone like it was maybe a tablespoon, and that might be a bit much. It's just sprinkled. I don't know if I tip it it's all going to slide, but you can kind of see that. And I'm going to take the smaller half of my pizza dough, you'll understand this as we go further, and I'm just going to cover the bottom of my pan completely. Okay, I've got it sitting in the bottom. You're never going to get a perfectly rolled out pizza dough. I mean, unless you're a professional, which I'm not. I have rolled pizza doughs out. We've done pizza Fridays forever, and I still am not can get it perfectly the way I want it to get. So you're going to do it as best you can. The good thing is it's dough, and it squishes into whatever corner you like. You can stretch it a little bit here. Don't tear it. That's the only problem. Pinch it up if you do. Don't leave a hole in it, but make it work to however you want to get it sitting across your bar pan. So for me, it's going to sit just like that and slide on the cornmeal. Don't raise it up. So we're going to redo that. So now it's sitting perfectly. I have about a cup and a half of shredded mozzarella cheese here. I never worry about the exact size of mozzarella cheese because we love cheese in this house. We cannot get enough cheese in our diet here. And so whether it says a cup, we kind of go, it means about a cup and a half, a little bit here, a little bit there. Doesn't really matter in this recipe. But what I'm doing is I'm spreading it across here in 2 lines, and they're separated by about an inch and a half between each other. I don't know if you can see where my 2 hands are. One is here, the other one is here. This is the line. We're making this along here. Our 2 calzones are going to go across lengthwise on the bar pan, but we're making them on a single dough just for simplicity purposes. And then as we put the other dough on top, we're actually going to cut across. So it's really, really kind of cool. So I'm going to set this aside for a second, because what we're going to do is we're going to mix the inside. So I've got my sausage mixture here. Like I said, we've got a pound of sausage, we've got a medium onion, and we've got about half a cup of mushrooms that have all been cooked up together on the stovetop. I'm going to add a cup of pizza sauce. Now, I didn't have pizza sauce. I had my own spaghetti sauce. To go from a marinara sauce or a spaghetti sauce to a pizza sauce, really are just adding oregano and basil. So I already had a lot of oregano in here. I just added some basil. Feel free to do the exact same thing. We're going to dump that in here like so. And I have a whole red pepper that I have chopped up in my food processor here. So the pieces are really tiny, perfect for this type of application. We're going to scoop that in here. That is my oven going off as it's waiting for me now. I'm usually waiting for it. So now all we're going to do is we're going to mix this up. It smells awesome. I know I say that a lot, but when you're cooking in the kitchen, smell is everything, right? If only I could figure out how to get that through to you. That would be the coolest part. So here we are, we're just mixing this up just like this. This is kind of what it looks like. Tomato sauce with mushrooms and onions. We'll go from there. No, Tracy, it's not homemade dough, but it's just as close. It's from the bakery down the street. So I've got the mixture here. So I'm going to put this on the side. We're going to bring back our bar pan. And all I'm going to do is I have like a, an old style ice cream scoop, but we use this for everything. And I'm just going to start scooping this across where I have my cheese. Just placing it right on top of my cheese. Nice and healthy portions, because this is what is going to make the meaty part of your calzone, right? So you're just literally scooping this in. Like so. Nice, healthy, big portions. Again, you need to keep the strip in the center clear, because that is where we're going to separate the calzone once we get the top on it. I like to go around once, get it all evenly distributed, and then whatever's left over I just kind of fill in at the top. My kids really like this recipe. We've done it at a lot of events for quick and simple, because once it's cooked and you slice it up, it's really kind of a finger grabber. Easy, quick. Kids can shove it in and still run and play and not miss a beat on the manhunt game they're playing or whatever else they're doing, because they can't stop moving. So we're just going to finish this off in here, nice and even. Okay, that's done, that's done. And now for the top, the coolest part. So I have my second half of dough. Again, this is only one pizza dough I'm using, and it's just a little bit wider than the bottom. I'm going to lay it across the top, and I'm going to give myself some extra room in the center so that I can actually push down and create a seam down the center of the calzone. Got some extra dough here. We're going to just spread it around. And you're going to seam it, like pinch it together on all sides, all the way around. Again, this is one of those things that you can make your own in any way you want. If you don't want to use sausage and you want to turn it into a turkey calzone, you've got whatever's in your fridge, you want to use up some leftovers, be creative, right? It doesn't need to be pasta sauce and sausage. It could be turkey and cream cheese. It could be it's whatever you have. Again, we're trying to make this quick, simple, and easy for all applications, right? Whatever you want to do. This is just the application that we're using tonight at our house. These recipes are all open to interpretation. You got to do what works for your house. I mean, that's the most important thing, right? If you have trouble, you're not really sure, message me and say, hey, you know what? I love this. I want to try it, but my kids don't like whatever, or we don't like to use whatever. What options do we have? I'd be happy to help you out. No problems asked. So I basically Just pinched everything down the middle here. And take my trusty pizza cutter. Look at our new pizza cutter. It's got an edge here. For all you people who have listened to me over the years and bought a bar pan and have used your bar pan for pizza instead of a large round one and got frustrated because you got to the end of the crust and you couldn't figure out how to cut them, you now have a solution. It's awesome. So we're going to take our pizza cutter and we're going to slice it right down the center. You can slice right on a stone. Don't ever worry about that. It's all stone. You are not taking off any glaze. You are not taking off anything. Try to cut in a straight line so that you don't have a million things like I just managed to do. And then the coolest thing at the end here is this guy. He just slides right down on either end. So it slices your calzone in half. If you want to go and make a clear-cut division, you don't need to, but you can. So you can see what ours look like here. You can see the division down the center as they all slide. The insides all slide out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray the top with some olive oil. This is our olive oil spritzer. Nice for browning, things like this. If you ever want to toast some bread, make a focaccia, just throw a few pieces into onto a pan in the oven. Graze it with some olive oil. It browns up really, really nicely. Just like this is going to do here. Okay, there's one. There's two. Running out of juice here. Okay, I have some Parmesan cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that on top, just as a finishing touch. Again, it's cheese. We love cheese. Super Italian night. Now with this, you can always throw a salad on the side if you're not into as like such a bready or doughy type of a meal. Throw a salad on the side and split your plate in half, right? Half salad and a small piece of calzone. It's perfect. Balances out everything properly and it looks really good. The last thing, and one of the most important things we need to do here for your success in this recipe, is you need to slice holes in the top. Apparently my tool at the moment is not the best one. Hang tight for 1 second. Nice pointy edge. You can use a fork, whatever. You're just going to draw some slits in. This is just to let the air escape as it's cooking, okay? You need to have a spot for the air to go, or else, I don't know, it gets ugly. You don't want it to get ugly. You want to keep it good. So we're just going to create some slits in the top. Nice, pretty little whatever. Doesn't have to be pretty. Poke it with a fork. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you've got it in there. So that's what it looks like, right? There's your finished product. This is going to go into my oven at 400 degrees, and it's going to go in for 18 to 20 minutes. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to usually base my gauge on the dough. Everything else that is inside is already cooked, right? Your sausage is already fully cooked. You don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. What you really just need to make sure is that your dough is fully cooked. So you're going to poke it around. Your thickest portions of your dough are probably going to be on the outer edge, which is where mine are right now. The thinner portions are where the meat is sitting. And that's the way you want it. You don't want heavy portions underneath the meat, and then you've got so much stuff packed into one spot that it makes it difficult to cook. If you've got your thicker portions along the outer edges and the thinner portions where your functional parts are, things will cook a lot easier. So again, you're going to check this after about 18 to 20 minutes. You're going to pull it out. Once you pull it out, it should slide right off your bar pan. Those of you that have brand new stones, make sure you give your stone a glazing of olive oil or something underneath, because your stone is not non-stick yet. It will get there the more you use it, but until then, just give it a light dusting of olive oil. Your calzone will slide right off. Put it on a cutting board. Return to your pizza cutter, the multi-purpose tool, and just slice it crosswise and serve and enjoy. If you want, take another half a cup of marinara sauce or pizza sauce, excuse me, and use it for dipping with the kids. Like, they think that's the bee's knees, right? They, oh, look, I've got my own dip, I've got this, I got my calzone, and then we try to stuff some greens in a salad on them, and they don't like that as much, but because they're getting this, they kind of concede a bit. So it works out really, really well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to comment on the bottom. I want to know what you think. I want to know if there's anything that you want to see, because I love new ideas. I love cooking. I usually don't repeat recipes very often, so any sort of addition you can put to it, any sort of idea you can provide to me, I think that's fantastic. I'll definitely jump on that. So let me know. Let me know what you think, okay? Have a great night, have a great weekend, and we'll see you again in the kitchen soon. Bye for now.